Hi, families. I'm hoping that you are watching this with your child as well, because we're going to be going over what the iReady assessment is going to look like this week. Now, when you guys were in second grade last year, you took this test, so this should hopefully be a little bit familiar to you. So why do we take this iReady assessment? So iReady is a diagnostic test that helps us know exactly where the student is and what they still need to learn. And this helps us make the best use of their learning time. So some tips while you're taking this test: just try your best. Don't rush, because if you rush, then there's like a little flag that pops up on my computer, and so I can tell that we're not spending enough time on each question. Now, that being said, you also don't want to spend too long on any one question. If you're just really struggling, you've tried to work it out the best that you can, and you're just not sure, answer the question the best that you can and then move on. Make sure that you read each question and answer choice carefully. Now, remember, sometimes you may have to scroll down a little bit to see the rest of the question or the answers that you can select from. And then when we take the math portion of the iReady assessment, you will want some paper and a pencil next to you in case you need to draw out any of the math problems. So here's how a diagnostic assessment works. Now, this is adaptive, and what that means is as you answer the questions, they will get easier or they'll get more difficult based on how you answer the questions. So you will see questions that might be a little bit too difficult, and that's okay. So the computer is just trying to figure out where you are at in your learning and what you still need to know. So here's how it's going to work and I'm going to show you how to do it here in just a minute. You're going to log into our Google Classroom. And right on the first page there, you're going to see a Zoom link. So you're going to click on that. You need to have your camera on and your volume off. And then once everybody logs into our whole group Zoom session, I will go over how to log into iReady and how to begin. You're going to stay on that Zoom call until you finish the assessment. So when are we going to take this? We are going to be taking the iReady assessments on Thursdays. So our first one is going to be this Thursday, October 1st. And our first session is from 9 until 10 a.m. And then we'll have a second session that day from 2 until 3. So if they don't finish in that morning time, they can come back and finish from 2 to 3. Now, this is for ELA, meaning this is the reading portion. Now, I understand that we have working families and that a school day assessment is not going to work for everybody. So if that applies to you, like if you guys are at work during that time, you can have your child log in to the Zoom session on Wednesday, September 30th. And I am going to be providing just an evening session for those families that are at work during the day from 6 until 7 p.m. So just the day before. Same thing goes for next week. We'll be taking the math portion of the iReady assessment on Thursday, October 8th, again from 9 to 10 and 2 until 3. Also, again, for those working families, if you guys can't make it during that time, I am available on the Wednesday before, on October 7th from 6 until 7 p.m. And we'll do the same thing where they'll log in for a live Zoom session, and then they'll take their iReady assessment. And then we're going to have makeups. So if the kids weren't able to finish the entire assessment during the time given, we will be doing a makeup session on Thursday, October 15th from 9 until 10, and then 2 until 3. Now, I may add an evening time in there just depending on where our needs are at. So at this point, I'm not going to put one there, but we may add one later on. So that's the end of the little presentation about it. But I just wanted to show you really quick how to get on to Google Classroom and how they're going to click on the link. Okay, so they'll just open a new tab. They'll click on the waffle and then Classroom. Theirs is going to look way different than mine because I am on the teacher side of it. But once this loads here, they're going to click on Mrs. Fife's class. And right on this very first page, so right on our class stream page, if you scroll just a bit, you're going to see our iReady Zoom link. So all they have to do is click here, and it's going to take them directly into our Zoom session as a class. If you're coming on Wednesday, this is a link that you'll use. Same thing if you're coming Thursday morning, you'll click here and it'll take them directly to that Zoom link. So I hope this was a little more information for you on how to take the iReady assessment. Families, please remember, you cannot help your child during the test. We want to know what the student knows and not what families know. So please make sure that any advice is just try your best, or if they're having trouble finding the answer, you can help them scroll down on the computer screen, but you can't read anything to them, and you cannot offer assistance during the assessment.